afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master of Propaganda. And we will be starting out here with a lovely 1 vs 1 on Pripyet. Again, Pripyet, the only really 1 vs 1 map we have. And again, a bit shorter matches. And of course, also remember, Monday Novice fight tomorrow. If there are any Monday Novice fights, worthy CoH2 2 matches. Either way, we shall be watching Audemed fighting for the 25th Panzergrenadier Division, fighting for the Wehrmacht for the Ostheer, but again, Audemed, old company of heroes, one veteran back in the game. So that should be really fun again. Veteran, good player. Opposing him shall be Dullahan, who's a company, not a company of two, but Dawn of War 2 veteran, really high-ranking player there. A senior strategy specialist from what I know over from GameReplays.org. Also, pretty tough guy. And that, since we already have the scene here set up for a tough fight, and we shall be seeing Dullahan fighting on for the 65th Guards Rifle Division. So really, we are setting up here for a rather large fight. Really tense stuff here between two good players, but two good players from two different games. Although again, the similarities are good, of course, with CoH2, so should be really some fun stuff. Some really fun tactics, strategy, and some good unit usage. We are noting here that Audemed starting out with the one pioneer start and then immediately going for the Grenadiers. Opting, of course, for more early fighting power to fight on the Communists. In the meanwhile, Dullahan starting out with a 2 engineer start. Interesting enough, already having taken a bit of a point, he immediately retreats back. His first one of his combat engineers starts probably to set up some construction in his space, but still also very interesting. A bit of a different start. He is still going up for the Special Rifle Command comrades, which of course involves scout sniper squads, the M83A1 scout car, and whatever special command troops he might decide, which could be penal troops, it could be shock troops, it could be guards infantry. Conscripts taking up pretty aggressive move towards the center. The Grenadiers largely going that way as well. And note here, this third unit out for Audemed is a sniper. I mean, I've been noting some people here complaining, well, the sniper's not really good in CoH2. I mean, he's just, you know, not so ridiculous as he was in the first game, where he could walk around like a bloody magician, all out in the open. I mean, that's not going to happen here, but at the same time, of course, it's otherwise basically the same as fighting the Americans again. You're fighting them versus 6-man squads. You just have to be bloody clever about it. And this match will show some really clever sniper usage here from Audemed. I will say no more. But conscripts heading in towards the center. Combat engineers moving into it. And there we go. The Scharfschütze arrives from Audemed and Scharfschütze. And there's also been some talk about audio levels. I hope they're good. I'm still tweaking about a bit. I don't want it to be, you know, too loud either. For you gentlemen. But there we go. The sniper is out. Moving towards the front line. Grenadiers moving up here. Grenadiers moving up there. Nice pincer maneuver towards the center. And already noted here, Dullahan also digging in towards the center. Conscript squad laying down some sandbag fighting positions, moving onwards, but it's going to encounter one Grenadier squad there. Other Grenadier squad taking up position there. More conscripts on the move, and also note a light scout car there rolling out for Dullahan with the 50 caliber on the front and the 30 caliber on the rear. Conscripts opening up there on the Grenadiers, and there we go. Immediately one conscript bites the dust. Scout car advances. And going to try and flank the Grenadiers, although it has to be careful, of course, there might be a Panther first, and there we go, but Grenadiers immediately, of course, lose one to the 50 caliber, and again, that scout car's 50 caliber is actually quite devastating on its own. Of course, you just have to be careful with it, but again, good usage of this scout car is actually quite lovely. Hang on. Yeah, sorry we lost a few seconds. That always starts off again, but just had to lower the volume a bit. I think it's a bit too high. And again, I know, again, some of you wants to be a bit able to hear stuff, but again, I also need to be able to hear my voice. But Grenadiers finding here, sniper already up to 3 kills, 3 Bolsheviks with a bullet through their eyes. And there we go, another one dies. So far in that way, Audemed is actually adding some pressure to Dullahan. Dullahan also pushing through in the south with some combat engineers, winning the pioneers, pushing down there. Scout car at the front, although in need of repairs. And there we go, the combat engineers effectuating them. And we are seeing, again, Audemed continues to apply pressure. 5 kills from the sniper. Combat engineer dead. And there we go, another combat engineer dead. Grenadiers advancing, coming down fire from that 50 caliber mounted on the scout car. And the scout car in this case actually pulls back. Sniper fires, though not really managing to do anything since he's not meant to shoot cars. Good advance here from the Soviets in the south, with no immediate response from Audemed. He secures what he can there. Light mechanized company going up there. Not a lot of infantry though currently for Audemed. 2 Grenadier squad, sniper, MG. Although there we go, 3rd squad of Grenadiers. Scout car advances once more, and we're seeing a sniper squad in it. German sniper fires away. A bit of aggressive move. You do see some Soviet players going for that one. It can work though. Can also of course not quite work, since I believe the snipers in the scout car are a little less accurate. So it's not quite the foolproof measure as you'd like. But Soviets, German sniper moving up there, sticking to the cover, and there we go, actually getting one of the snipers out of the scout car. Yeah, we get only one of them, sloshing around in the car, and it's like, Vasily, get up! Oh dear, Vasily. Conscripts moving up to support, but down to 1 sniper, so he has to be a bit careful, this Dullahan fellow. But again, 2 kills on that scout car, pushing southwards against. Perhaps he's going to try and flank the sniper, using again the mobility of the scout car and the sniper. Infantry following up, although he might want to actually pop the conscripts into the truck so they could actually fast move up that way. We are seeing a smaller force going in from Audemed towards the south. Grenadiers, Pioneers, conscripts right about there. Company is there, a bit wounded. And we're already seeing here that Dullahan, within 6 minutes, is already setting up a mechanized armor Campanea. Going for the assault gun side of things. Grenadiers, Pioneers advancing here. Company is trying to lay down a mine, but they are set upon by the fascists, by the glorious troops of the Third Reich, and are pushed away. Conscripts, though, continuing to sneak about here, doing a bit of harassment. And there we go. MG gets sniped. Sniper gets a conscript. MG turning about. Grenadiers pushing in as well. No upgrades for them as of yet. Also note, Jaeger infantry, Festung support, and Jaeger armor doctrines up. And there we go, we see an upgraded scout car, which is pretty much the counter to the Russian scout car. In this case, the scout car actually gets abandoned, the crew is dead, but the sniper escapes, and the scout car can actually be taken by Audemed if he so desires. In that case, getting himself a small scout car of his own. Replacement for the light infantry half-track, if you will. And I would certainly not mind to see that one being added in doctrinally. Mine going off there. Good mining there by Dullahan, actually killing several Grenadiers, forcing them away. Scout coming about here. Auto cannon blasting away. They're not quite hitting anything, and there we go. The scout car is actually crewed by some Grenadiers. And so it is fit for fight once more. Except it needs some repairs, like badly. But nonetheless, leichte Schützen Panzerwagen bereit. And there we go, we actually see Su-76M out for Dullahan, giving himself a light assault gun which can take out some German armor vehicles, although if you want to take out armor, you're definitely going to need more than one unless you're really, really good at flanking. But there we go, 76mm gun, snipers moving about, conscripts getting reinforced. So far, Dullahan has actually been fighting with a rather light force, but on the other hand, a much more mechanized force, thus using speed against Audemed. We're also seeing shock troops actually coming out. Another attempt of mine for the scout car stops that. Su-76 moves up. 76mm gun, and there we go. Damaged engine on the scout car. Although note, the Su-76 armor is quite light, and the auto cannon can actually do some damage to it. Oh, shot misses. Scout car looks like it will make an escape. Sniper pulling back. 9 kills. Grenadiers in the south. And we are here going to see the scout car getting repaired by a few plucky Pioneers. And we are, in fact, seeing the Su-76 trying to bombard the suspected escape path for the scout car. He doesn't know where it is, but he knows he has to do something, you know, in the hopes of getting the scout car. And there we go, as the scout car, the barrage finishes, the scout car makes a waddle for it, not so much of a run. Pack for 40 moving up, Panzerabwehrkanone. Will it be able to take the scout car? 76 moving up, takes a direct hit. Oh dear, Su-76 misses again, and the Pack 40 gets it. Su-76 also quite cheap, by the way. 200 manpower, 45 mean fuel, not very expensive. But again, well, good usage of it, can actually do some damage, and there we go. Scout car pushing up. He could consider actually popping a Grenadier squad in it with a light machine gun, thus adding in 3 ones, including one that can also fire forwards besides the 50 caliber. I mean, that could be a really aggressive use, but looks like Audemed is going to use it a bit like his armored car. Just push it forward with the 50 caliber, and he spots the snipers and the combat engineers, and they don't quite have anything to do against that 50 caliber machine gun going in. There we go, snipers retreating 50 caliber machine gun tearing through the snipers. We could see one going down. And the meanwhile, heavy fighting in the center. Combat engineers get pushed back. Sniper dead. Conscripts moving up. Scout car turns ahead. Might try and get some combat engineers. It needs to get out of there, though. It's rather exposed, and again, with no crew in it. I do feel that's a bit of a shameful mistake right there by Audemed. A bit of a waste. I mean, he's, you know, again, stole it from the enemy, but that doesn't mean he couldn't try and take care of it. There we go. 50 caliber rounds impacting upon conscripts. The conscripts a bit unsure what's going on. And there we go, immediately getting 2 conscripts. Again, the 50 caliber is quite nice. But no infantry support, and we're likely going to see an anti-tank. No, another Su-76 rolling in. Damaged engine. Scout car is in severe troubles. And the main gun is destroyed. Oh, rubbish. I can imagine the scout car driver sends actually time to have a look at Dullahan. And he's actually chosen, of course, the doctrine. He's chosen the shock motor doctrine. He's got, of course, shock troops. He can get armored vehicle detection. His conscripts can now repair. He can later get the ISU-152. And he's also got access to a precision bombing run. Pack moving through the artillery barrage going in against the German positions of the 25th Panzergrenadier Division. And the meanwhile, Grenadiers pushing up through the south. 25th doing what they can to counter-attack and hold back the Russians from advancing too close to Minsk. Sniper there, veterans one. He gets the B-Patronen or Beobachtung-Patronen, which is basically an observation round. It was an explosive incendiary round. I'm not fully sure of the purpose, though I imagine it would have been used to mark targets from a distance. But a little fun thing here, you can, though, mostly use to shoot up people with a very explosive round. Though they were a bit rare. But Dullahan a bit low on infantry. Su-76 sneaking about. Combat engineers following up. His own sniper though alive, but not quite as successful so far as the German sniper. More pioneers arriving at for Audemed. 75th Guards Rifle Division advancing. Scout car sneaking about. Veteran 2 getting a bit harder to take damage. Pioneers advancing up the center. Grenadiers moving north here. Note barbed wire field going down, making it very much difficult for Audemed to advance, and can be used, for example, with some troops to actually fire down upon the advancing enemy, and the enemy, of course. Oh, and a mine at the end. Dullahan, you bastard. You sneaky, sneaky bastard. And there we go. Sniper moving up at the exposed Grenadiers. Commandeers moving in. Will the sniper... Oh, another mine! And he gets the Grenadier squad. Dullahan, you bastard. In the meanwhile, Su-76 coming under fire from the scout car. Without sufficient support, it is an easy target for the light armored car, blasting away, tearing through the thin armor with its auto cannon. Again, another thing I like about company of heroes, you know, light vehicles can actually do some damage to certain vehicles as well, due to their auto cannons and such. Although, again, you shouldn't, you know, be using them completely foolishly, but still, a bit of a nice thing. Bit of a nice usage there, the scout car. And we are seeing Dullahan advancing heroically from the north, having wiped out an entire squad of German grenadiers from the 25th Panzergrenadier Division. And we are seeing the support armor corps going up. We're also seeing that Audemed's actually going for Jäger infantry, equipping his grenadiers with the Gewehr 43. So that should be good fun as well. Su-76 getting repaired. Shock troops here with their body armor and their submachine guns. And of course, grenades and smoke grenades. And using these Su-76. Oh, trying to bombard the pack. And he gets one of the crew. Might he be able to get an alternate, an Su-85 on the way? And there we go. Infantry attacking from the north. Pack getting attacked. Snipers providing support. And there we go. Armored car moving in there, though. Can come under fire there from the Su-76. Fire away. Dullahan. Anti-tank grenade going off there. Grenadiers. Pack managed to make it out, sort of. Grenadiers finding away, though, with the Gewehr 43s blasting away. Oh, he actually uses one squad to crew the pack. So desperate is Audemed to keep it in shape. He actually quickly gets that Grenadier squad combat ineffective. But the Gewehr 43 equipped Grenadiers are really making short work of the Soviet infantry. And meanwhile here, the armored cars actually reached Veteran 3 gaining a damage bonus. And looks like it did knock out the Su-76. So again, be careful with armored cars. Don't rush up to them again. With the Soviet assault guns, you should always try and engage from a distance. They really, really are rubbish up close. In particular against more lighter and nimbler vehicles, like the scout car, like the Sonderkraftfahrzeug 222. And we are seeing shock troops, we are seeing conscripts trying to push the way, but they are simply taking losses, but they are trying the way. And an Su-85 moves in from the rear. And there we go, we do see the pack, but the Su-85 gets the armored car, and it is abandoned. Conscripts that are taking losses, the Pioneers doing their best, the Grenadier guarding the pack, also doing his best against the Veteran 2 conscripts. Some really nasty losses there from Audemed. And we are in fact seeing Audemed laying down mines to ensure that when he pulls back, Audemed's going to get a bit of an explosive surprise. Really nasty stuff. And we are seeing a Panzerkampfwagen rolling up. We're also seeing a medic bunker up. Again, for medical services as the Germans, you upgrade a bunker with the medic upgrade. And we go Panzerkampfwagen 4 sniper moving out. Quick counterattack by the 25th Panzergrenadier Division, although I imagine the Panzer 4 is from a nearby Panzer Division. Since Panzer Divisions rarely had Panzers, perhaps a few in the command variant, largely they had assault guns. Though there would always be a few exceptions to the rule. But just, you know, pointing it out. Sniper on the move. Light cover also providing him for the chance. So in this case, he's sneaking through the craters, essentially. Clever use of the sniper again, and already 14 kills. Really doing nicely. Oh, and if you actually hold the kill counter, you'll actually get a further description of what he's actually killed. Impressive. I only discovered that right now. Soviet sniper though in a dangerous situation. We are seeing the Grenadiers moving up the gewehr for the fleet. One down though to the sniper, and we do see them both retreating back through the artillery rain from the Su-76. Another one, that is.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
Combat engineers running into an MG42 down south, holding up that part of the area. Sniper advancing south, securing territory for the fatherland. Dullahan holding on to the center, but a bit desperately. Panzerkampfwagen 4 now upgraded with the MG42, ready to push forwards. Pack going to get assaulted, but of course the Panzer 4 is ready to provide covering fire. And Su-76 moving down south to help here. And we are seeing the MG42 getting overwhelmed. Shock troops moving in from one side, Su-76 from another. Really nasty move going in there from Dullahan against the defenders of the attackers from the 25th Panzergrenadier Division. Panzer 4 advancing, coming under fire from the Su-76. Panzer 4 should not be engaging it that way. Already there, nasty hit from the Su-76. Pack 40 moving up. Panzer 4 though gets several conscripts. You could see the conscript squad going down, and the pack gets decrewed by the sniper, but quickly gets recrewed by some fresh pioneers. Panzer 4 already down to half health again. Careful with the Su-76. If you're going to use a Panzer 4 against it, flank it. Don't try to engage from the front. And we're seeing the Su-76 sneaking up from the other side, bombarding the pack. Really nice and aggressive usage of assault guns by Dullahan. Really impressive work. Although we could see the Su-76 getting a bit too clever, a bit too bold, and a good hit from the Panzer 4 immobilizes it. But we see the Su-76 using this opportunity to flank the Panzer 4. Destroyed engine. Su-76 is down, blows up as the ammunition cooks. Main gun destroyed on the Panzerkampfwagen 4, and Heinz is a bit cross with Audemed, and there we go. The Panzerkampfwagen 4 has been abandoned. The entire thing is on fire, or at least the crew is cooked. One kill there on the Su-76, close to Veterans 1. Troops reinforcing, another Su-85 on the way. And minor fighting going on here. Grenadiers advancing, gewehr 43 equipped versus the shock troopers, and they are able to overwhelm them, but not without losing poor Fritz. And the fighting, and there we go. Sniper sent away by combat engineers and conscripts. Tense fighting, and that sniper still in action. He's so low on health. Dullahan needs to get him back and reinforced and possibly healed. Although they need the field infirmary up there, I think. But definitely that sniper cannot go on for much longer. And that Panzer 4 also needs to be put together. Although I mentioned we are seeing some pioneers going to do that. Grenadiers advancing through the south. Combat engineers are going to get one nasty surprise once they encounter the veteran Grenadiers of the 25th Panzergrenadier Division with their gewehr 43s. And a bit of quiet now. Finally, Panzer IV going to get repaired as Pioneers are moving up to fix it. Main gun destroyed. And some destroyed engine work on there as well. And HU-85 advancing, coming under fire from the pack, although managed to get one of the pack gunners. Good shot. Vasily. Oh dear, Panzer IV exposed, and we could see an anti-tank grenade goes off. We see one of the Pioneers retreating. There is no infantry support. Audemed only got 2 Grenadier squads, and they're occupied in the south, meaning his Panzer IV and his pack are actually open to an infantry assault. We might see the HU-85 trying to fire away. And there we go, another HU-85 sneaking up. South. Panzer IV is in trouble. And there we go, the HU-85 scores the kill in the name of Mother Russia. And there we go, another Panzer IV rhyming, although that one can try and flank up here and actually get the HU-85 if it gets from the right angle. And of course, that's how you want to destroy the assault guns and tank destroyers and such. You want to flank them, not engage them from the front. Unless you've got some considerably heavier armor. And even then, I'd suggest you be careful. And there we go, looks like Dullahan is getting very, very confident. He's advancing with both tank destroyers at the same time that we see some grenadiers pushing up here against conscripts and shock troops. Looks like the grenadiers that could be pushed back, or they could also do short work of the shock troops. Grenade going off there. Grenadiers barely make it out of there, some of them very low in health. At the same time, another Panzer IV abandoned will... Yes, he's firing away. He's doing a good job there, I think. And of course, there's a slight trick, of course, when it comes to abandoned vehicles. If you can't recover it, blow it up. Applies both ways. You don't want the opponent to recover it, so of course you destroy it. I mean, that was a common tactic, of course, employed in World War II. Again, I have seen some, worried about it, but then again, I mean, it's basically a matter of destroying it or preserving it, whatever side you're on. Grenadier squad, veteran 2 lost with the Gewehr 43. Bit of a shame, bit of a shame. Pack moving up. Sniper, not really able to do much. Support Armor Corps going down. Dullahan advancing. 75th Rifle Division doing quite a lovely job. 25th Panzergrenadier Division though pushing forth. And looks like we could see Stuka close air support. Which could be really devastating. And there we go. Crew shot by the hit by the pack. Another nice hit. And there we go. He's calling it in a bit late, I would say. But there we go. Pack gets it. And looks like it didn't do much. Bit of a waste there of a lot of munitions by Audemed. But there we go. Does a bit of nice damage right there. Although might need a few more turns to really get the damage done. Again, I think he should have called it in earlier. And we are seeing the Pioneers quickly at work on sort of refortifying the support armor corps building. Oh, sniper out in the open, sniper out in the open. He's not seen. Audemed sniper walking up. And there we go. Soviet sniper was killed by his counterpart, and Audemed sniper's reign of terror continues in the name of the fatherland. And another Jaeger infantry package upgraded. Audemed, though still not slow in infantry, and enough, he's not used Panzer Grenadiers at all. He seems quite content on basically upgrading his Grenadiers with Gewehr 43s, which overall do a bit more damage actually than an LMG 42, though I would not say the LMG 42 is rubbish in this game, in anything but. I love the LM 42 in Company Risk 2 because it's actually effective. HU-85 though under fire here from the MG-42. Conscripts moving up there. Bit of nasty fighting going on here. However, shall Audemed respond to this? HU-85 looking ready to flank, and there we go. And we are seeing some Grenadiers moving up. This could actually end up a bit badly for Dullahan's tank destroyer. Oh! We are seeing a bombing run going in. Bombing run. Oh, 9 shice. Oh, and the veteran 2 Grenadier squad were blown to bits. Ach du lieber. HU-85 though is in trouble itself, but the pack gets overwhelmed. This is looking terrible for Audemed. His troops are just getting battered one way or the other. The only thing that he does seem to keep alive is that sniper, and he's just making mincemeat out of the Soviet troops, but he really needs some more infantry. He needs some more grenadiers at the very least. MG-42 though holding out here against the Soviet numerous forces, and we're seeing artillery getting called in on the Su-85. He's calling in a light artillery barrage, but even with that damage to the engine, the Su-85 looks to be pulling out of it. Ooh, blimey. That was close. At the same time, fighting in the center, veterans 2 pioneers fighting against veterans 2 conscripts. Looks like the pioneers are definitely losing. Are the pioneers up there? So many pioneers also getting lost. Grenadiers forcing. The only grenadier squad so far left for Audemed. None of the veterans. Pioneers pushing up from the north, encountering some conscripts who oorah up a bit, and there we go. A third Panzerkampfwagen rolling in to support the Panzergrenadier divisions. Possibly the 3rd Panzer Division. Pioneers enforcing. And there we go, another Grenadier squad on the way for Audemed to replace the horrific losses he has suffered so far in the fighting here. And there we go, Grenadiers supporting the Panzer IV. That is good work. You want to support your armor with infantry. Sniper opening up, and the Pioneers trying to desperately repair that Su-85. Panzer IV needs to flank the Su-85. If it just tries to find out on the front, it could end up very badly. Pack recruit. Another company near down. Panzer IV hits, but again needs to get up on the flank, and looks like that will happen. Of course, not the perfect example of this, but I would say this otherwise, amply demonstrates how you should deal with assault guns or tank destroyers with tanks, like say the Panzer IV and a T-34 for that matter. Flank about it. You do not want to engage it from the front ever, ever, ever. You always want to flank it. In this case, he managed it, but looks like, oh, conscript's going to move up. They're going to probably try and repair it with their abilities to just leave the combat engineers, but again, Dullahan's troops can repair armor, but they're getting absolutely blasted here by the Panzer IV, by the sniper. Veterans 2 now and getting increased rate of fire, and there we go. Panzer IV just tears through the Bolshevik infantry. At the same time, some pioneers moving towards north. Conscripts, shock troops, quickly moving up there. Conscripts advancing up here under fire from the Panzer IV. Sniper could also do some damage. And there we go. Anti-tank grenade going to get locked at the Panzer IV before the conscripts make one hell of a run for it. Pioneers taking some nasty casualties up north here, as the conscripts have smelled blood and they want to kill some fascists in the name of Comrade Stalin. In the meanwhile, the sniper enjoys the view of the smouldering Su-85 and considers he can get someone to take a photograph of him standing triumphantly over it, giving the impression that he knocked it out on his own. Shock troops here pushing against the Pioneers. The Pioneers definitely need to get out of there. Even with the flamethrower, they're definitely going to get overwhelmed. And looks like Audemed is going to lose those Pioneers. A bit of a waste, He does slightly seem to do that occasionally. Grenadiers moving up. Pioneers could also be sent down here. If Audemed could recover that Su-85, that would definitely benefit him. And at the same time, something huge appears on the minimap. We are seeing the ISU 152 heavy assault gun. That is definitely not a good sign for the Germans. And looks like the Grenadiers will be recruiting the Su-85, thus adding the Germans with a tank destroyer. The Jagdpanzer Su-85L. Grenadiers holding up there. Sniper nearby. Conscripts moving ahead. And we also see the heavy machine gun added to the ISU 152. Sniper very close to death. 26 kills. That would be a shame if he was to die. And there we go. We see the signs of the assault going in from the north. We are seeing Audemed relegating armor to deal with that threat. At the same time, a scout car arrives from Dullahan. And again, remember, scout cars are quite cheap. So again, you can always try and get one since it won't set you back too much. Panzer IV moves in. And there we go, the ISU-152 presents itself, almost wiping out the entire Grenadier squad, forcing Audemed to pull it back. Panzer IV holding out against the advance, and there we go, MG crew suffers a kill. Panzer IV takes a bit of nasty damage, needs to pull back. ISU just needs to keep firing, don't get so close. I mean, remember, the ISU-152 has a huge range in the game, it can really shoot far actually. And there we go, Panzer IV almost down after a few hits. I mean, one more hit, and that's going to be good night. Panzerkampfwagen 4, MG crew dead. ISU-152 continues the madness. Scout car functioning as a scout, strangely enough, but gets knocked out, I think, either by the Panzer IV or the Su-85. Either way, it is gone. ISU-152 looks to be retreating. Dullahan definitely gaining some map superiority, and then we got a second Panzer IV arrives to support. And definitely looks like the Panzergrenadier Division is not fighting with its own complement of assault guns. Though that was not completely uncommon, that the Panzergrenadier Divisions, of course, with the larger complements of 3 regiments rather than the Panzer Divisions 2, of course, also tend to provide infantry units for other Panzer Divisions in some cases. And a grenade here from the shock troopers. The shock troopers holding up quite nicely. Nasty little fight there, and the shock troopers are really doing a short number there on these grenadiers. Though they might not do so well against the Gewehr 43 equipped ones. Down to 1 man, and finally Dullahan retreats in the name of the motherland. Let's return back to Dullahan. And meanwhile, we are seeing the Panzer IV ready. The Su-85 needs repairs. The other Panzer IV ready. Though they also should be careful, since of course there's still the ISU-152 waiting with an Su-85 on the way. And there we go. Panzer IV takes a direct hit. Huge shells flying out. And a rear hit as well. Nasty stuff. Be careful of getting too close to the strategic points, as they do give it line of sight. Plus, he's actually set it up so he can actually see that far. I mean, as Soviet assault guns can actually get that observer effect, so they can narrow the line of sight, but actually get farther line of sight. So sneaky little work right there by Dullahan. Sniper here. 28 kills, really, a hero of the Fastland, Stolz der Nation. Grenadiers following up in the wake of the sniper's work. Panzer IV could need some repair. Su-85 moving up. And of course, I mean, what Audemed could do, but it looks like he isn't doing, is actually attack with the Panzers from here and then have the Su-85 pushing up from here. But instead, it looks like he's funding all towards that one bridge, which I would definitely describe as a bit of a mistake again. So he's basically, you know, not getting the best advantage of the Panzers, which is mobility, against the flank of the ISU-152. Instead, he's setting it up so it can blast away. And in this case, Dullahan actually ought to be retreating his ISU-52. Pag also moving up, come on, and there we go. Artillery going in. Artillery. And there we go, light artillery barrels going in, Panzer IV's advancing. And his artillery's just shattering the ISU-52. The Panzer IV gets it. Lucky hit. And the Pag, of course, adds in as well. And the Su-85 also did an absolutely devastating blow right there to Dullahan. He lost both his assault guns. He's down to 3 infantry squads on the note. 3 of them are veterans, 3. But definitely heavy losses right there inflicted upon Dullahan and the 75th Guards Rifle Division. Despite best attempts. Nasty stuff, nasty stuff. Panzer IV pulling back a bit, but again, Dullahan, Audemed, I mean, lost an Su-85 and a Panzer IV. And again, had he attacked with the Panzer IVs from here at the same time, I think he could actually have gotten away with the Su-85 in fully there as well, plus the other Panzer IV as well. But instead, he settled instead for funneling up here. And had, I think, Dullahan pulled back his ISU-152 a bit more, he probably shouldn't have that close to the bridgehead. I mean, he probably could also have at least gotten a bit better out of that one. But now it's down to Dullahan's veteran infantry to win the day from the motherland and Comrade Stalin, or suddenly find themselves with new families provided by Comrade Stalin. Sniper there on the retreat. Panzer IV advances. Soviet conscripts are in a bit of trouble there. The Panzer IV turns in, getting ready to hit the rear. Shock troopers advancing from the other angle. There we go. Conscripts taking some hits. Ooh, gets off an anti-tank grenade. There we go. The Pioneers are getting caught between the conscripts, which could actually mean that the Panzer IV is going to be left a bit to itself. The Pioneers doing what they can against the shock troops. Grenades getting locked. Panzer IV turns about.
We are losing territory.
Fighting for the victory points. Audemed actually being a bit low. Shock troopers in dire straits. Taking losses. Conscripts going to move up and hit that flank again. And we are seeing Grenadiers. We are seeing Grenadiers now equipped with the MG42. About bleeding time. Probably should have at least one Grenadier squad equipped like that initially. But there you go. Panzer IV overwhelmed. And now the pack's going to get attacked. The pack's going to get assaulted. And we see another HU-85 on the way. Panzer IV needs to get out of there. For sure. In the meanwhile, looks like Dullahan might be able to get the pack. But no, we are seeing artillery getting called in. Spare fire called in to save the pack. Nicely done there by Audemed, using the artillery not to kill something, but basically just ensure his Veterancy 2 pack can escape the wrath of the Red Army. Grenadiers advancing up here towards the centre, going to move up and support that Panzer IV. The Panzer IV just needs to continue backing away. And there we go, the HU-85 arriving quickly from Dullahan, and already there again, doing his best to get focus sight, increasing sight radius, but again, you know, also narrowing in a bit more. And there we go, nicely done here by Dullahan. What did he do? What did he do, you wonder? I mean, he basically just lopped down smoke, so the sniper can't do anything towards him, so he can get closer to the sniper. Basically, he knew there was a sniper he'd already fired, I believe, but he called down a smoke grenade with the shock troopers, allowing him to, you know, temporarily block the line of sight for the sniper, allowing him to close in on the sniper. So, really nice move right there. And there we go, forcing the sniper to quick retreat, and there we go, actually overwhelming the pack by the looks of things. Although we see another Panzer IV arriving for Audemed, another Panzerkampfwagen 4. Shock troopers on the retreat. And he lost the shock troopers. Oh dear. Thankfully not the Veterans. 3 attempts here at recruiting the pack, but taking heavy losses to the Panzer IV. And we do see that Dullahan retreats his remaining conscripts. And there we go, the other Panzer IV is in heavy trouble. The HU-85 blasting away. Engine damaged. Grenadiers moving forwards in the hopes of sending away the HU-85. Panzer IV desperately needs repairs. And there we go, a bit of MG42 fire up their arse as they retreat. Of course, there was also a more upgunned version of the HU-85 called the SU-100. It suffered a bit of a problem due to the fact that the bigger gun and the bigger barrel actually caused it to tip over, simply because it wasn't balanced for it. So they had to be a bit more careful, and although at the same time the Soviet cruiser did use it, actually loved it, and they tend to call it the fuck it all up thing, like something like that. Basically just shut up everything with this high velocity 100mm gun. Though we might see that, I suppose, as a doctrine sometime in the future, as something like the HU-100 would only sort of function like that in a balanced way. Pack moving up. Shock troopers advancing. Of course, there's still the pack. All the pack is initially only firing on it, and oh, he's calling in smoke. He's blocking the line of sight on the pack, allowing him to knock out the Panzer IV. Brilliant move. Brilliant move. And thus moving in, the shock troopers are basically afterwards finish off, and of course also blocks the line of sight of the sniper, really. And oh, we could see Audemed sniper go down. Grenade on the Pioneers, and oh, so close. Works so Audemed, and he gains Veterancy 1, he gains Veterancy 3 for the sniper. Walter gets, I think he gets a bit of armor that way, probably due to all the medals, but he gets out of there. God in Himmel, that was close. And we see the shock troopers recruiting the pack and making a run for it, although Boris did not make it. He fell in the name of the motherland. And the Panzer IV rumbles forwards, its engine on fire. But it will not yield. Instead, it gets straight into the line of fire of the pack. And of course, the Su-85 will soon also be in range. Although in the first case, it hits the wreck of another piece of armor. And there we go. Another Panzer IV lost for Audemed. He's being a bit incautious now. He's taking some unfortunate risks, which is definitely not paying off for him. And again, rather seems to come down to that one fateful assault rather than the Su-85, where again he lost a lot of armor. And now we do see a nice comeback right here from Dullahan after that blow himself, where he had only infantry but somehow managed to overcome the forces of Audemed. Grenadiers with MGs and Gewehr 43s holding up here. Conscripts advancing, going to run straight into that MG 42. Gewehr 43 Grenadiers moving up to cover. And there we go, MG 42 gets one conscript, the rest leg it. And then we go, actually using his conscript again, using the conscript repair kit to basically repair the Su-85 up here. Nicely done. Again, really good usage of its abilities. Bombing runs, RSUs, shock troopers, conscript repairs, the whole 9 yards. And again, also nice usage again from Audemed. And basically just killing a lot of Soviets, getting snipers, getting all sorts of things, and really putting on some pressure on Dullahan. So nice usage there. And engineers trying to lay down mines are quickly reminded that it's a bad spot to do so. And some grenadiers run off there. Su-85 tries to get the sniper, but the sniper looks like to be the successful one. Oh, almost gets the entire combat engineer squad.
We have idle units. The enemy has only 50 points remaining.
But Hauptmann Graf escapes. And meanwhile, we're seeing both grenadiers moving in. They might try and get off a Panzerfaust at the same time. A pack moving up from the other side. No, they actually pulled back. Interesting. Veteran to 3 conscripts taking on the vile fascist invaders. And a quick hurrah. Shock troops moving in with the submachine guns. Nasty finding. The grenadiers running into trouble. Although the MG42 and the Gewehr 43s are definitely helping. But there we go, grenade. Definitely might want to consider getting out of there now. Uksuk! And the pack's actually getting bombarded by the Su-85 from a bit of an oblique angle. Nasty that. And we actually see him going for the heavy panzer core. Looks like Audemed is calling for assistance from higher up. The heaviest thing he can get is a Panther or a Sturmpanzer 4, which either of those might help him here. He cannot get Tigers due to Jäger infantry. And actually time to return to Audemed. Oh, I actually forgot about the mid-game analysis. My sincerest apologies. My sincerest apologies can happen from time to time. Sniper up here. Oh! Oh, now Dullahan has to cross his own barbed wire field, make himself an easy target. Oh, he's calling in artillery right at the end. Oh, Audemed, you sneaky bastard. And forces a complete rout right there of Dullahan's infantry. Very sneaky, very sneaky.
What are your orders?
And another push, this time led by the pioneers. We're seeing a Katyusha arriving for Dullahan to try and break through the fascist defenses. And another company engineer goes down. And what is this? Another scout car here from Dullahan, perhaps to try and hunt down that sniper once and for all. With 40 kills. 40 kills. And, oh! Dullahan's actually calling an entire rocket barrage to get the sniper. He's so frustrated with him. Oh, the fun. And we actually see... Oh! Dullahan actually moved a pack down here. He could risk getting it lost. Although the shock troop, of course, will be a bit hard to take out. But there we go. Pack crew is dead. Definitely some heavy and nasty fighting. Audemed looks like he might be going for the Panther, the Panzergrenadier 5. Conscripts rush the center. Pack recruit there, Grenadiers advancing. LMG Grenadier retreating. And the Grenadiers take a direct hit. Actually losing someone. Nasty stuff, nasty stuff. And another light artillery barrage going down on the center to protect the victory point. But the conscripts quickly moving away. And the H-85 actually got the pack. Oh dear. And the other pack over here running into problem with shock troops, so are the Pioneers. Audemed retreating right through, moving right through his own artillery to deal with the Grenadiers. And there we go, Panzergrenadier 5, the Panther. Panzer is on the way. But will it be enough? Will it be in time? Rifle grenade. Oh! Good lord, actually gets almost half the conscript squad. That's quite impressive. But ultimately, they get overwhelmed. And the veterans, the 3 Grenadiers with their Gewehr 43s need to get out of there. And just an H-85 and a scout car covering the north. Sneaky, sneaky. An H-76. And now calling upon the heaviest of armed reserves he can gather from the nearby area to try and push out the Soviets once and for all. But will he succeed? Will his attempt at a Panther bring success, or merely stall the inevitable? And there we go, Panzergrenadier 5 arriving. And I'm not entirely sure what that was, but either way, it's dead. And the pack up here running to promise Soviet infantry can immediately flush it out. Oh, he lost the sniper. He lost the sniper. Ach du lieber. A true hero. What a shame. And there we go. Panther advancing. With no infantry support, though. And there we go, anti-tank grenade. And assault guns and tank destroyers are moving up. Points are ticking down. And Audemed is left without much option. He's trying to sneak in something in the north, but that's definitely going to meet a nasty surprise. And there we go. Pioneers following up in the Panther. But it is not enough. And just rockets and everything. Pioneers hurriedly repairing, but that was an entire Pioneer squad. Ow. But there you go. A desperate attempt by the 25th Panzergrenadier Division. Had a good start, but by the middle, Audemed made a few mistakes that rather cost him dearly and allowed Dullahan to return with a vengeance and knock him out. Using only H-85s and SU-76s largely. I mean, again, I think that early scout car that Audemed got was a bit wasted on him. But overall, the problem basically came down again to that assault here with the Panzer IV and the H-85 all up that one same narrow bridge instead of using this part here as well to launch in the Panzer IV to hit the flank again. I mean, we saw him using the Panzer IV down here to get that H-85 back then, so it's a bit weird not to see him then further properly use it. But, you know, good proceedings by both players, good, you know, aggressive play again, good uses of the sniper by Audemed. It really did a number on Dullahan's troops. Good use of the infantry, although in some cases he probably could have retreated a bit better. He has a bit of a problem again with the unit preservation of his troops. He might also have wanted to use the ambush upgrade for some of his weapons as well, including the MG42. Costs a little, in fact it costs about 30 munitions, but again, also means the enemy can't just see your units right away. But good use of Katyushas, good use of SU-76s, good use of the armoured cars as well by Audemed. Really did a lot of damage. Panzer Force overall nice, but again made some critical mistakes, I would say. I'm not sure that Panther in the end was worth it, but there you go. Really hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, why not subscribe, tell your friends. If you didn't, well, why not send a replay of your own. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers, and feel free to leave feedback in the comments.